shooting the bodies to the ground. It must be clear, no nuclear, just get right out of town. Hit me with a solo, baby.
It's roving reporter Cheryl Lee time. How you doing, mate?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's no surprise you're on this show because every time we've got a legend to be interviewed, you seem to score it.
Let's give Cheryl the interview.
Yeah, God, you got it good with the producers. Yeah. They like you.
Why wouldn't you? Don't like that.
She's a lot better looking than we are.
Well, so is everybody else. But I want to say, where did you do this interview?
At the Arkaba.
Was it at the Grand Piano?
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a, classy.
Very fancy.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great.
What did you talk about? What he's doing now, or what he's done? Was it what sort of cover? What did you cover?
Well, we talked a little bit about the past and a little bit about the future. He's recording a duets album at the moment, and you wait till you hear who is on this album duetting with him.
They'll all want to be on it.
They all want to be on it.
They do all want to be on it.
Yeah.
I want to be on it.
I want to be on it.
I said, Swanee, it's Andy. Andy.
Andy who?
6'3". Never mind.
It didn't work, mate. Yeah.
So as part of our Legend series, we went out to great Aussie, South Australian venue, the Ark, in front of the beautiful...
Prolific venue.
Piano.
Well, actually, I remember seeing Swanee at the Ark, and it was a Mickey Finn gig, and his brother was touring. He's got a brother called Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy who?
Lesser known,
little guy.
And
I believe he was touring.
He was, now this would have been early 80s, so Chisel was, starting to pump away. And Barnesy and Swanee got up and sang with Mickey Finn, and they did a version of B.B. King's Sweet Little Angel. I'll never forget it. I was there, mate. It's pretty cool.
Well, you'll have to watch the interview and see
that was at the
if
Arkaba.
Barnesy is on the duets album.
Woohoo!
Welcome to Mega Music TV. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick, and I'm pleased to introduce you to Aussie music legend in his own lunchtime, John Swan. Thank you so much for being with us today, John.
Absolute pleasure.
You actually have been through the ringer to get here to South Australia these last couple of days.
Yes, it's been hectic. Between Coffs Harbour and Sydney, they lost my baggage and my two guitars. Coffs Harbour to Sydney is one flight, right? So I get off Sydney and I'm running across the airport. And as I started running across there, I thought, there's no way that connecting flight's going to get my luggage. So I thought, they said, we'll get it in the next flight. Right. 12 o'clock last night, I was really on the... But you know what? I got it. I got my 2 guitars, and they are not broken, you know, because normally...
Yeah.
You know,
I'm so glad everything
so am
did
I.
turn up.
So am I.
Particularly because there was also a baggage handler strike right then too, wasn't there?
they wouldn't have dared.
No.
They wouldn't. I swear to you, their lives wouldn't have been worth
Don't
it.
they know who you are?
Yeah.
Whose luggage that is?
No, it was Virginia. She was on the other end
Oh,
going,
look out.
do you know?
Oh, we're so glad you're here. You've got some fabulous news to share. You've got not 1, not 2, but 3 albums on the go. I'd
Yep.
like to talk about the duets one first because you've, well, there's heaps of people, you know, having the pleasure to play with you, including some family members. You've raked in Jimmy
Yep.
and Diesel, who's written you a song.
Oh, look, it was incredible. What happened was I just sat there and I thought, I have to leave a legacy because, you know, like with people at mine, I turned 70, and when you get to 70, you start looking at, first of all, I'm grateful to get here, but I'm also healthier than I've ever been. So it won't last, you know. But the point being, I thought, I want to leave a legacy. So I said, right. And I just got my phone, and I've got people that I love very much who I brought up with, you know, like, and I put Jim, and I just wrote this little text, and it said, I'm thinking of doing a duets album. Would you like to do a duets album? And sent it to 13 people. That was all it was. It wasn't sort of who else is doing it, what's in it for you, what's in it for, you know. It was just, anyway, I thought, you know, I'll hear about it in a month's time, because you know how things like, I'm sitting there and I just had a shower and I heard bang, bang, bang. My phone's going tick, 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 tick. I looked, there's 13 people who I'd texted all saying, I can't tell you, they said, F and oath, you know, yeah, absolutely, about time, let's do it. When do you want me, you know?
What a great response.
And for me, that was the sort of highlight of my life in music, because I got all of those guys, and the very first one who, I said, oh, I want to do this thing by Eric Bibb, and he said, never heard of him, but throw it to me. And I threw it to him, and he sent me back the vocal that night, Russell Morris, you know, and it's a real blues thing, because Russell's changed in direction so much, you know, he's such a good artist. And Diesel,
He's written a song specially, hasn't he?
yeah, well, because I rung him afterwards, because it's such an honour to work with these guys. They're the best, you know, like, and they're also the busiest, you know, so to get their time is very, very hard. And so I rang him and he said, yeah. He said, I can't wait. He said, you know what? He said, I'm excited. I'm excited. I went, that's fantastic. I said, you definitely do it? He said, yeah, I'm doing it. Anyway, I get this call first thing in the morning, and it's from Diesel. And he said, I had a dream about you last night. I said, oh, sorry, are you still doing the clip? And he said, no. He said, you don't understand. I had this song going through my head, and it was you singing it. So I got up and I went into the studio and put down the guitar track and did the vocal live, and I'm going to send it to you in 2 seconds. And I went, really? He said, yeah. He sent it to me, and I started crying, you know, like, because it's not just a song that somebody's written, you know. He had the dream, and he's got me connected in it, you know. And if you listen to Diesel stuff, you understand he always touches that. He's got that sweet spot, you know. And he's such a cool guy. And I rang him straight back, and I said, mate, I can't say the words I said, but it was obviously, I was gushing, and I rang Jim, and he said, well, Diesel rang me, and he was in tears. He loved it, and he was so privileged that, because like, songwriting's a vehicle, you know, it comes through you. You don't sit down there and go, I'm going to be writing a hit today, you know, like, it just comes through you. And it's that love that you have, and trust and respect for the fellow artists. And for Diesel to have that for me was just like, you know, because I've known him since he was just before the injectors in Perth, you know.
That's going to be a special one. You also have your niece, Mahalia, singing with you?
Yes, she's doing, because she worked with Joe Bonamassa overseas, and I think she still does actually, but she's doing a track with that, And I want to get her 2 daughters to do the backing vocals with her. Have you heard them singing together?
Not together.
Yeah. Well, Rosie is just, she's as good a singer as what, sorry, but she's as good a singer as her mum, and that's very, very rare for a young kid to have that type of. But you must realise that they've been immersed in it with Jim and think they don't think it's a big deal to sit down and learn. Jackie went and got his master's degree at Berkeley University, and he'd studied classical piano and all that. And everybody says, oh, he's a drummer, and he's got the mustache and that. I said, you should hear him playing classical piano. So one day the lady came from the ABC and she was there, and she played a little bit of her thing, and Jackie said, yeah, I sort of got that. And he sort of sat next to her and he went, and he's a serious classical player,
Yes.
He duxed Berkeley University, which is the top university for music in the world.
Very talented family.
Can I say any more about that? But all the kids are good. EJ, Ellie Mae is she's killing it. She's just. I wanted to do that Michael Jackson song she did, Ben, and with her, But she's got Dylan, and it's,
what about,
it's hard.
Is David Campbell doing one?
No, I can't get in contact with him. For some reason, we've lost contact, And I think it's because he's so busy with the kids and Channel 9 and everything else. Because David's a beautiful boy,
I'll get my people to speak to his people. We'll see what we can do.
Yes.
But you've got lots of other.
Jack Jones.
Yes, yep.
Jack Jones was like
Southern
another
Sons.
one. He just went bang. Noiseworks? No, he's just showing Noiseworks.
That's right. Ross Wilson?
Ross Wilson.
Who else did you tell me?
God.
Everyone.
Mossy.
Oh, Mossy.
Oh, God. He sent me this thing the other night, and it's a Stevie Wonder song. But it's a really... if you're going to tackle a Stevie Wonder song, you've got to be a Mossy, Mossy just delivered me this thing, and I went, and I said, Virginia, come here, have a listen to this. And she came down and she listened to it and she went, wow, that's incredible.
That's another one I can't wait for. You're preaching to the converted here,
Oh,
of
no,
course,
but
amazing.
these guys are the best at what they do. But when they give you the best performance, and they've done it at the studio, and Mossy's got a friend, Phil Shute, and he's going to do the double bass on it, which will make it just that little bit more...
Kaboom.
Yeah. I can't speak highly enough. There's so many great players on it. Don Walker's going to do it, one with me. Ross Wilson. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Well, what about album 2?
Album 2 is with a band in America that I've got called Kilo, and it's Mark Moffat. Mark Moffat, and he's just an unbelievable guitar player. He produced my first album, and he was around. He was the first one to do the Saints, and he did Kylie, and he wrote and recorded Yachty Yindi Treaty. But he went across there because he wanted to be where the roots of the music that he loves is. And he's a lap steel player, and he's into all of these guys. But now he's got these guys coming to him, So he was playing a little snippet of one of my songs, and it was just acoustic guitar and my vocal, but it was only for his ears. So the guys from Bonnie Raitt's band come by, and they sort of had a look at it, and they said, who's that? And he said, oh, it's a friend of mine from Adelaide, Swanee, a Scottish guy. They said, he needs some slide guitar on that, and he said, yeah, we'll get around to it when we can. And he said, well, hang on, we're in town for a week, we can, and, they did a whole album for me, never charged me a cent. All they said was, you have to come to the States and do a 3-month tour through that southern belt that Leonard Skinner and all them used to do, 10,000 seaters for a school gig, That's what the universities are, and it's just in a very exciting part of my life, because all I wanted to do was have a legacy that I could leave for, because, with other things that I've done in my life, it's a lot of things I've lost a lot of money, and I've lost lots and lots of things that other people never dream about having. But I don't care, because I don't really miss one of them, not one, I don't miss the hangovers, the boats, all of that stuff. What I really miss is being able to set up for kids, and do more work there. But I'll talk about that
Yeah.
another day.
Let's talk quickly about album number 3,
Yep.
and then when we can see you again.
Well, album number 3 is going to be. It's a funny one because I'm doing all Celtic music, you know, like, and it's Colin Hay did one for the duets album.
Music from the homeland.
Yes, and when Colin sang that, and we got the violins and everything on it, you know, he's in Peru, so these guys are busy doing things, and they drop it and you get that thing. Within the first 4 days, I had 5 of the most important guys in my life that I've always respected and had such great admiration for, delivered me their vocal with an acoustic guitar doing it. And, you know, Ronnie Pierce in Melbourne, and young Stefan here, he's helped out too. He's doing such a great job, and what a talent. I've got to get him to the States somehow, you know.
Yes. So, John, going backwards in time a
Yes.
little bit,
Yes.
One Day at a Time. Tell us about that album.
We recorded it here in Adelaide at Adelaide Recording Studios with the fantastic Darren Mullins and James Mueller, you know, like all the local guys. They were just wonderful. And there's a couple of clips that we recorded for that. Some were done with the homeless people, and that was nice. So I'll let you sort that out, because I swear to you, there's so many clips.
Off the One Day at a Time album, Rescue Me is the one that you filmed with the homeless people. I think we should have a look at that one now.
Calling on someone who will rescue me. I'm so lost and I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me. Rescue me. People of the world, are you listening to all my soul brothers? Yes, every man. It's about time we are made amends. Let's give love another chance. If you feel my pain, just jump on my train and rescue me. Calling on someone who will rescue me. I'm so lost and I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me. Rescue me. Memories that linger take me home again. Red sands in my fingers, blowing in the wind. It's about time we are made amends. Let's give love another chance. If you feel my pain, just jump on my train and rescue me. Calling on someone who will rescue me. I'm so lost and I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me. Memories that linger take me home again. Red sands in my fingers, blowing in the wind. It's about time. I'm wondering where we've been. Let's give love another chance. Now I'm on my way to a brighter day to rescue me. Calling on someone who will rescue me. I'm so lost and I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me. so low, I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me, rescue me. I'm calling on someone who will rescue me. I'm so lost and I'm on my own. If you take my hand, you will set me free. Rescue me, rescue me, rescue me.
Welcome back. We're with John Swan on Mega Music TV. Thanks for being with us today.
I love it.
Now, we were talking about Kilo, the band in America. I love the film clip that you guys made. Tell us about the making of that album and that film single and that film clip.
Nashville, the producer over there is in charge of the Americana Rock Awards and all of that, so that the album's going to be huge. It will be big over there. I'll be bigger than what I've been in the past. It's crazy, but not here, but over there, you know.
Yeah.
They don't care what you like over there. They just care that you sing well and you perform well and you're upfront guy, you know. And so playing with those guys, I'm playing with some of the people that I used to, when I first started playing music, I dreamt about ever growing up to be able to watch, never mind play with, you know. And they played for nothing. They just said, no, too easy. Come across here and sing with us.
Should we play that Kilo clip now?
Yes. Parchment Farm.
Parchment Farm.
Well, I'm sitting over here on a parchment farm. I'm sitting over here on a parchment farm. Well, I'm sitting over here on a parchment farm. There ain't nobody ever do no harm.
Welcome back to Mega Music TV. We're here with John Swan and this beautiful piano here at the Arkaba Hotel, which reminds me of many, many moons ago. Can you remember the countdown days and your clip, your beautiful song on the countdown?
Lady, what's your name?
Yes.
That was great. The guy that did that did Elton John's clip, so I was very, very fortunate, and did me a favour as well. So I'm an extremely blessed man. And we got that clip done, and when I seen it back, I just thought, wow, that's terrific. Even I liked it, because I don't like watching myself on TV. So.
And you had another really big hit too.
With Countdown, thanks to Molly and people like Sue Godinsky. I mean, there's so many, Frank Stavala, people like that. We wouldn't have had an industry. Guys like me would never got a shot, you know. It's different with Chisel because they had Don Walker writing the songs and everything like that. I was just I'm a drummer, you know, like who took a punt. And when the Carpenter came up, the funny thing was that they wanted me to record a Billy Fuel song. You know? You weren't in love with me. And I just said, I want to do If I Were a Carpenter, because I had this idea of doing two. If I Were a Carpenter is a folk song, you know, and it was written by Tim Harden, and I wanted to do to that what Cocker did to She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, you know. And when I got in the studio, and they said, Mr. Swan, if this doesn't work, your arse is on the line. And I said, I'm quite prepared to back it up. I believe in my gut feelings and in my heart that it will work. And Countdown played it, and it just was a hit.
And the rest is history, as they say.
I'll be leaving in the morning. I'll get a freight train out of town. If you get in my way, baby, I'll run you down. I don't believe it. No one takes me serious. How could they do this? No one takes me serious. She'll be leaving sometime.
3 new albums, so we'll keep our eyes on your Facebook page and the
70-year-old and
Googleometer
you've got
for
3 albums, you know. All of my life I've been trying to get one decent one and I can finish up with 3 and they're all going to be killers, you know. Also, just like to say to Peter and Jenny Hurley, thank you very much for allowing us this beautiful little setup here. They're lovely people. I would move back here in a minute. I went for my walk through the park and all of that stuff today, and I walked around here and I looked at the houses and I just thought, this is my town, you know.
Well, thanks for the chat, John.
Oh,
we can't...
Right to chat, that's me. I can't shut up.
Really appreciate you coming to the Arkaba, coming to our town, and have a great gig. See you down the front.
Yep.
And we've come to the end of another show, mate. That's it. And it was a good one, isn't it?
What a fine show indeed it was.
Yep. Thank you to that radio chick, Cheryl Lee.
We like her.
Well, she gets to do all the big stars, and she does it really well. We want to thank the Arkaba for giving us the space.
Great.
Thank you to Swanee. It was great. Thanks for being part of our show. Thank you for being part of our show, and we'll see them next one.
See you on the next one. We've got plenty more to come.